What's up guys, Matt back again, and this is the latest Ichiban Kuji Dragon Ball vs. Omnibus Ultimate. And in today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the entire set. I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Jump Ichiban. Guys, if you're like me, you don't like waiting for your figures, you want exclusive Japanese items imported straight to you within just a few days. Well, Jump Ichiban can help you do that. Their awesome service allows you to go online and shop for exclusive items out of Japan to be sent to you in just a couple of days because of their express shipping with FedEx. There's also an added benefit that if you don't find items on their website already listed, you can reach out to their awesome customer service team who can help you find exclusive Japanese items. So thank you Jump Ichiban for sponsoring today's video. Guys, please go check them out. Use my discount code MatchesPeaches10 for 10% off of your first order and MatchesPeaches5 for 5% off of every future order afterwards. Thanks guys, and now on to the video.
Before we dive into today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials for the latest updates and behind the scenes content. Check out the description below for helpful links on how and where to buy the products featured in my videos. Also, join our amazing community on Discord. We would love to have you there. And of course, if you're feeling generous, consider becoming a YouTube member. Not only will you support the channel, but you'll have a chance to win brand new Dragon Ball figures every month.
let's dive into the much anticipated Masterly's figure of GT Goku in his Super Saiyan 3 form. This figure marks a significant release as Dragon Ball GT figures are relatively rare, making this a must-have for collectors and fans alike. The figure captures the iconic moment when Goku ascends to Super Saiyan 3 to battle Super Baby 2, following the dramatic regrowth of his tail, a scene that resonates pretty deeply with fans of the series. Let's begin with the likeness of the figure. There was considerable anticipation and some apprehension when the promotional images were first revealed. Personally, I found the initial pictures a bit off-putting, and in person, the figure maintains some of that oddity. While it does achieve a fair level of accuracy to the anime, there are areas where it could have been better. The face, for instance, is slightly wider than expected, which detracts from the overall likeness. Despite this, the figure holds a certain charm and authenticity to the source material that fans can appreciate. Now, turning to one of the standout features, Goku's hair sculpt. Super Saiyan 3 is renowned for its elaborate and flowing hair, and this figure truly capitalizes on that. The sculpt is impressive, with intricate details that capture the dynamic flow and texture of Goku's locks. The hair is the centerpiece of the figure, boasting a beautiful gradient of yellows and oranges that add depth and vibrancy. It's a testament to the craftsmanship that makes Super Saiyan 3 figures so visually striking. However, the figure does fall short in terms of shading. Apart from the hair, which is excellently shaded, the rest of the figure lacks depth. The pants are the only other part with any shading, and even that is quite subtle. Even the tail surprisingly doesn't feature any shading, which is a missed opportunity to enhance its realism. The overall matte finish on the tail and hair gives the figure a polished look, but more shading could have added the necessary detail and depth to make it truly stand out. Considering Goku's smaller stature as a child, the figure scales perfectly with other characters from the series. This attention to scale is crucial for collectors who display their figures together, maintaining a cohesive look across the collection. It's a relief to finally have a Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku figure, and it opens the door for more GT releases. I sincerely hope Bandai continues to explore this line, particularly within the Ichiban Kuji series, offering us more of Goku's transformations from GT. Initially, I anticipated this figure might be my least favorite in the set, but it turned out to be a pleasant surprise. The more I examined it, the more I appreciated its unique attributes. For fans of Dragon Ball GT, this figure will undoubtedly be a cherished addition to your Masterly's collection. Its imperfections give it character, and its strengths make it a standout piece. While there are areas for improvement, this figure manages to capture the spirit of the character and the nostalgia for the series. If you're a fan of GT, this figure is a welcome addition to your collection, and I hope it signals more exciting releases in the future. Let's discuss the highly anticipated and first ever Masterly's figure of Super Baby 2. This release marks a significant moment for collectors, as Baby is a character who seldom appears in figure form, making this a truly remarkable and rare addition to any Dragon Ball collection. The figure draws its inspiration from a character render of Super Baby 2 found in the Dragon Ball Daizenshu, a choice that speaks volumes about the attention to detail and authenticity that went into its creation. The resemblance to the anime is uncanny, capturing the essence of Baby with exceptional precision. His face is sculpted with incredible accuracy, featuring intricate line work under the eyes that adds depth and realism. The sculpted smirk is spot on, perfectly reflecting his character's sinister charm. Additionally, the subtle gloss on his eyes, accentuated by bold outlines, gives them a striking presence that truly stands out. Moving on to the figure's musculature, it's nothing short of impressive. The detailed sculpting of the chest and ab muscles adds a dynamic and powerful aesthetic, reflecting Baby's imposing presence in the series. The attention to anatomical detail enhances the overall lifelike quality of the figure. The outfit is another area where this figure shines, literally. Every detail is meticulously crafted, from the textured red lines on his wings, gloves, and boots to the intricate patterns on his face. The texturing adds a layer of authenticity and depth, capturing the essence of Baby's complex design. The hair sculpt is particularly noteworthy with its accurate representation and fine texturing that highlights individual hair strands, staying true to the anime's depiction. When it comes to paintwork and shading, this figure sets a new standard. The glossy finish on his black suit and gold elements creates a striking contrast with the matte painting on his chest, face, and hair. The shading is expertly applied, especially on the black suit, where highlights and shadows interplay to create a sense of depth and movement. The chest and hair feature nuanced shading in whites and grays, adding dimension and realism. Perhaps one of the most surprising aspects of this figure is its considerable size. Many fans were taken aback by just how large it turned out to be. In the anime, as Baby continues to infect Vegeta, he undergoes a transformation that significantly increases his size, making this large-scale figure a fitting representation. While he may not be as colossal as Omega Shenron, the decision to scale him as a Masterly's Extra, interestingly without the label, was a smart move, emphasizing his formidable presence. This Super Baby 2 figure is, without a doubt, the crown jewel of the set. As a dedicated fan and collector, I am beyond satisfied. This was my most anticipated character and form for the Masterly's line, and Bandai has truly outdone themselves, delivering a piece that is nothing short of legendary. Regardless of your level of fandom or the focus of your collection, this is a figure you will not want to miss. It's a testament to the artistry and dedication that goes into creating such iconic collectibles, making it a must-have for any Dragon Ball enthusiast. The release of Super Vegito as a Masterly's figure marks a significant moment for collectors and fans alike. As the first Masterly's figure to depict Vegito's Super Saiyan form, it has been eagerly awaited. Fans have long desired not only a Masterly's version of Vegito, but specifically one that captures his Super Saiyan form, which is a pivotal moment from the manga during his intense battle with Majin Buu. At first glance, the figure promises much, capturing the dynamic energy of Vegito in his transformed state. The sculpting aims to reflect the power and intensity of this iconic scene. From the intended side angle, the figure does justice to Vegito's fierce expression and commanding presence. This particular angle highlights the meticulous attention to detail, bringing the character to life in a compelling way. However, when examined from the front, some cracks begin to show in the execution of Vegito's likeness. The facial sculpt, while ambitious, falls short in precision. The mouth appears sloppily sculpted with an unevenness that detracts from the overall look. His teeth, slightly disproportionate, adds to this impression. These imperfections aren't catastrophic, but do impact how the figure is perceived from different viewpoints, which is crucial for a character as iconic as Vegito. Vegito's hair, another essential element of his Super Saiyan form, is somewhat disappointing too. While the detailing of individual strands and the depiction of his iconic earrings are commendable, the hair itself appears disproportionate and lacks the expected volume. This diminishes its accuracy in reflecting the manga's portrayal, leaving fans wanting more from this aspect of the figure. On a more positive note, the figure's gi is arguably its most impressive feature. The texturing across the fabric is expertly done, capturing the folds and flow of the material with remarkable authenticity. I'm also a big fan of the musculature of the figure. The paintwork is equally impressive, utilizing a sophisticated shading technique that blends blues and blacks to create depth and vibrancy. This attention to detail in the gi elevates the figure's aesthetic appeal and highlights the potential of what the figure could have achieved overall. Despite these strengths, the figure's proportions pose another challenge. Vegito appears too slim with arms that seem excessively long in relation to his body. This imbalance disrupts the otherwise dynamic pose and detracts from the figure's intended impact. Yet, one innovative aspect is the use of translucent support heels to emulate Vegito floating. This creative approach not only enhances the visual intrigue of the figure, but also opens up exciting possibilities for future designs in the Masterly series. It allows Vegito to scale well with other figures, maintaining consistency in display collections and adding a unique touch to the set. While Super Vegito brings several innovative and high-quality elements to the table, it ultimately falls short of expectations. Having eagerly anticipated the release of a Super Vegito figure, I hoped it would stand out as a highlight of the set. Unfortunately, the inadequately executed face and proportion issues diminish its overall appeal. It's not the worst effort from Bandai, but this figure certainly could have benefited from more refinement and attention to detail. This figure marks a significant milestone for collectors, as Majin Buu figures in this form are a rare treasure. Capturing a key moment from the manga, the figure depicts Buu shortly after absorbing Gohan, and for the most part, it captures the essence of this powerful transformation. Bandai has truly excelled in replicating Buu's distinctive expression. His smirk and intense eyes are spot on, bringing the character to life with remarkable accuracy. However, I do feel that his face could have been slightly wider to mirror the manga's depiction a bit more closely. Despite this minor discrepancy, the overall likeness is impressive and stays true to the source material. Now let's address a major concern with this figure: the sculpting of Buu's tentacle. Unfortunately, Bandai fell short here. The seam at the top of his head is particularly noticeable, disrupting the seamless look we expect from a Masterly's figure. This flaw makes the tentacle appear more like an awkward appendage rather than an integral part of Buu's body. Given Masterly's reputation for impeccable craftsmanship, this oversight is extremely disappointing. While similar issues like the previous Super Buu's chin line could be overlooked, this seam is more difficult to ignore. It's not as glaring as some of Vegito's sculpting issues, but for a high-end figure, it's a significant letdown. It's also worth noting that the tentacle's texture is well executed, which makes the seam even more unfortunate. In addition to the tentacle issue, the design choice for Buu's levitating feet is puzzling. Bandai opted for larger cups under his feet with a regular support, likely to counterbalance the figure's top-heavy nature. However, I found this support system cumbersome and somewhat tricky to secure properly. It doesn't lock in as securely as one would hope, though it does manage to maintain balance once in place. Despite these concerns, there are positive aspects worth highlighting. Buu's pants and gi boast excellent texturing, capturing the intricate details of the fabric with precision. The paint and shading across his body are generally well executed, with subtle gradations enhancing the realism of his skin and pants. However, the decision to use a glossy finish on his shirt detracts from the overall quality, giving it a somewhat cheap appearance. A matte finish with nuanced shading would have been more fitting of a choice, elevating the figure's aesthetic appeal. In terms of scale, Buu is impressively large, making him the biggest Buu figure in the Masterly's line to date. His height is accentuated by the floating pose, but even beyond that, he stands larger than previous iterations, fitting seamlessly within the collection's scaling standards. While I am thrilled to finally have a Buuhan figure, the execution leaves much to be desired. It's disheartening to see both Buu and Vegito not fully realized in this set. With the rarity and anticipation surrounding these figures, collectors expected so much more. I sincerely hope Bandai takes this feedback to heart and revisits these characters in the future, correcting the missteps and delivering the quality that fans rightfully expect and deserve. The original Bardock figure from Dragon Ball Z, masterfully brought to life by Masterly's. This release marks a significant milestone, as it's the first we've seen of the classic Bardock in Masterly's. Given the plethora of alternate versions we've encountered through Super Dragon Ball Heroes, it's a refreshing change to finally have the original Bardock represented in such a high quality figure. The figure captures Bardock in one of his most heroic and tragic moments, the climactic scene where he charges his final ki blast, determined to stop Frieza and save planet Vegeta. This moment is pivotal in Dragon Ball lore, and the Masterlies figure does an exceptional job of bringing it to life. The attention to detail in Bardock's likeness is truly remarkable. From the contours of his face to the intensity in his eyes, every aspect is crafted with precision. The figure closely mirrors the original OVA right down to the intricate details. However, I did notice a slight imperfection in his teeth, which seems somewhat bulging. While this minor flaw can be spotted if you're looking for it, it doesn't detract significantly from the overall quality. Bardock's hair is another highlight. It's sculpted to perfection, capturing the iconic shape fans will instantly recognize from the anime. Although it lacks intricate texturing, the shape and matte paint finish align perfectly with the anime's aesthetic, adding authenticity to the figure. One groundbreaking feature of this figure is the use of paint to depict blood. This is one of the first instances within Masterlies previously only seen on the Piccolo figure from Omnibus Amazing. This addition is significant as it opens new possibilities for future figures to incorporate similar details, reflecting the raw and intense scenes that Dragon Ball Z is known for. It's a bold move that adds a layer of realism and depth to the figure. In terms of shading, the figure exhibits subtle tones on the reds of Bardock's outfit, enhancing the overall depth and realism. However, the rest of the figure lacks similar shading, which is a bit disappointing. Despite this, the realistic depiction of blood adds a dynamic element that compensates for the lack of shading elsewhere. The pose of the figure is both unique and slightly awkward, as it gives the impression of Bardock sitting in an invisible chair. Despite this unusual stance, I appreciate the effort to create a dynamic and action-oriented pose without the need for a base, which can often detract from a figure's overall aesthetic. Overall, I'm pleased with how they managed to capture the essence of Bardock's final stand. One area where the figure could have improved is with the ki blast. It's attached to Bardock's hand via a peg, which unfortunately broke off when I accidentally grazed it during filming. Reattaching it with glue is definitely gonna be a hassle. I wish they had opted for a more seamless design similar to the GX Materia version, where the ki blast fits snugly into his palm. Despite this issue, the ki blast itself is visually impressive, just be cautious when handling it. Finally, Bardock's size is a pleasant surprise. He's actually slightly larger than I anticipated, but he scales perfectly with other figures in the Masterlies line, enhancing the overall display and making him a standout piece in any collection. Bardock is a standout release within the Dragon Ball vs. Omnibus Ultimate set. While the set has its shortcomings, Bardock's figure greatly contributes to its success, making it a must-have for any dedicated Dragon Ball fan. His iconic pose, attention to detail, and bold design choices elevate this figure, ensuring it holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. The first ever Masterlies figure featuring Goku as a baby, accompanied by an impressively detailed Saiyan pod. This figure is not just a collector's item, but a nostalgic nod to a pivotal moment in the Dragon Ball universe, specifically from the Bardock OVA, where baby Goku is placed and launched in his Saiyan pod. This makes it an incredibly unique addition to the Masterlies lineup and a must-have for any Dragon Ball aficionado. Let's start by examining the figure of Goku himself. At first glance, the likeness is strikingly accurate. Despite its smaller size, the figure brilliantly captures the tranquility of Goku's expression as he peacefully sleeps. The sculpting on his tiny hair tufts is meticulously done, giving life to his iconic look even at such a young age. Moreover, the attention to detail extends to his tail, where the textured fur adds a layer of depth and realism that fans will appreciate. Although the details aren't as explosive as those on larger Masterlies figures, this one nails the essence of baby Goku with finesse. However, the Saiyan pod is the real showstopper here. The craftsmanship is nothing short of extraordinary. The exterior is adorned with a myriad of scratches and scrapes, each one a testament to the journey the pod has embarked on, replicating the wear and tear seen in the anime and Toriyama's original designs. The attention to detail brings an authentic feel to the piece, making it seem as if it has leapt straight out of the Dragon Ball universe. Inside the pod, the intricacies continue to impress. The interior features carefully designed padding, creating a sense of comfort and protection for its tiny occupant, while the control pad on the door adds a touch of futuristic technology, staying true to the series' sci-fi roots. It's worth noting though that the door doesn't close, which is a minor letdown considering how much more legendary this figure could have been with just that feature alone. The Saiyan pod also stands out due to its impressive size. At 7 inches tall, it commands attention, but it's the width that truly emphasizes its substantial presence. This figure is larger than anticipated, creating a striking display piece that can dominate any collection. In fact, it's so large that I'm currently unable to fit it in my main display. Until my new setup arrives later this year, this magnificent piece will proudly occupy a spot in my living room. This figure is not only one of the best releases in this set, but also a standout in 2024. Its combination of detailed craftsmanship and unique concept makes it one of the most exceptional mass release figures produced to date. Whether you're a dedicated collector or casual fan, this piece is bound to impress and become a cherished part of any Dragon Ball collection. This time around, guys, I decided not to collect any of the smaller prizes within this Ichiban Kuji, but I did want to take a moment to highlight each one so that way you guys at least have that knowledge in case you wanted to go and shop for it. As a reminder, you can buy these with Jump Ichiban, so again, check them out, take advantage of the discount code, and see if you can pick these up. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's move on to our last one prize. This release marks the second Golden Uaru figure brought to us by Softfix, and it's generating quite a bit of excitement among collectors and fans alike. For those who missed the last one prize from the Greatest Saiyan set, this re-release is a much needed opportunity. However, there's a lingering thought among collectors that a Golden Uaru baby would have been an ideal addition. Such a figure would perfectly complement prizes A and B, offering something novel and exciting for long-term collectors. While both this and the previous Golden Uaru figures canonically represent Goku, you could imagine the earlier version as Vegeta before his iconic transformation into Super Saiyan 4, adding a layer of versatility for collectors. This figure vividly captures the essence of Goku's rampage during the baby arc. The likeness is nearly perfect, showcasing meticulous craftsmanship. The glowing eyes and the glossy finish on the teeth and tongue are particularly striking, setting this figure apart from its predecessor. Despite these impressive details, there are some minor imperfections, such as the deviating lines at the back of the bottom jaw. Ultimately though, the intricate detailing significantly outweighs this minor issue. Initially, there was speculation that this figure might simply be a recycled model from the Greatest Saiyan series. However, Bandai pleasantly surprised us with a completely new sculpt. The attention to detail is remarkable, and the new pose offers a refreshing contrast to the old one, breathing new life into the character's iconic form. The texturing of the fur is another highlight, adding depth and realism to the figure. This version is notably heavier than previous Uaru figures, which were hollow and made of vinyl. However, this solid construction does come with a trade-off in terms of size and scaling. The original Uaru figures reached heights of 14 to 16 inches, whereas this one stands just over a foot tall. While some collectors might be taken aback by the reduced size, the substantial weight and solid build of the figure are qualities that are quickly growing on me. The paint style is another area where this figure diverges from its predecessor. Featuring a metallic, glossy finish, it bears a resemblance to the Shenron from the 2024 Daima set. The golden hue evokes a sense of nostalgia, reminiscent of the Dragon Ball figures from my youth. Although I typically prefer a matte finish, the skillful shading and the interplay of yellows and oranges enhance the metallic paint, using the fur's texture to emphasize the sharpness of his execution. In conclusion, while a Golden Uaru baby would have been an exciting addition to the set, this Golden Uaru Goku is undeniably impressive. It offers a second chance for collectors who missed the original, while providing a fresh perspective for those who already own the original. This figure is far from the weakest in the set, and stands out as a compelling addition to any Dragon Ball collection. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of the series and the creativity of its creators, bringing a piece of Dragon Ball history into the hands of fans new and old. So those are my thoughts on Ichiban Kuji, Dragon Ball vs. Omnibus Ultimate. Is it the best set of 2024? I think we're going to have a discussion on that, and probably have to do a live stream or a Kuji ranking video. Haven't quite decided on that yet, but yeah, I got a lot of strong feelings with a lot of figures in this set. It definitely didn't turn out the way I anticipated, but I'm still pretty satisfied overall. But those are my thoughts, guys. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you made it this far in the video and you enjoyed it, then please leave a like, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to join our community full of awesome Dragon Ball collectors and enthusiasts just like you can hop into the Discord via the link in the description below. It's free for entry for everybody. And if you want to go even further beyond in supporting the channel, consider becoming a YouTube member. It's only $3 a month, and your generosity is greatly appreciated here. If you want to go even further beyond that, and take part in our regular monthly giveaways, our $10, $15, and $20 members all have chances to win Crane figures, Ichiban Kuji figures, and entire Ichiban Kuji sets. But I think that's all I got for you guys today. So until the next video, I will see you all later.